We have a busy agenda today, 40-some amendments to take care of. I'm looking forward to the challenge, and it is a big challenge, I can assure you. Sometimes I'm even afraid to think about how big that challenge is.
Your obligation is to vote in a responsible manner on all of the proposed amendments and resolutions. It is imperative that you set aside any personal differences you might have and cast your ballot for the good of all voters.
The convention week is a little busier than normal due to the fact that in addition to the bowlers, delegates from various associations throughout the United States come to vote on legislation which determines the future of the game of bowling in America.
They're the grassroots. They are what make it happen locally. They are the ones that have their pulse on bowling in the local, in the local areas. They know what their local bowlers are looking for, and they can bring that to the national delegates convention here. And I think with the ideas that they bring in, it makes it a better association, and obviously a much more better sport, you might say, or a better family atmosphere in the bowling centers. And we really do need that kind of input from these type of people, because they again, they make it, I keep saying this, but they make it a better game for all of us.
I see us trying to posture ourselves to move into the 21st century. I know that's 10 years away, but it'll be here before we know it.
Now we know we have to do something for the average bowler, and we need to do all the things we do as a business. That's the rules of the sport. But I think the delegates gave us the confidence to say what you're doing is right, continue to do that, and expand it. Let's do more of it.
The reason being is because of everybody sitting in this room and the thousands of volunteers around the country and the thousands of businessmen and the effort and businesswomen that are taking their livelihood towards it. And as Roseanne said, we can't do it alone. We all have to do it together.
Many of you in this room had the opportunity to hear our keynote speaker, Joe Theismann, yesterday. He left us with a very powerful message and suggested that we needed to challenge ourselves to save, to preserve, and to grow the great sport of bowling. I share his conviction. There are many players in the bowling industry, and when we function as a team, there is no limit to what we can accomplish.
The American Bowling Congress, this group of gentlemen right here, is doing that very thing. They are taking a chance. They're going down new roads, trying something different to try to improve our game and bring it back to the position that we were in a number of years ago. Give them some credit, and give yourselves credit, because you're all here to make a difference.
ABC has enjoyed a harmonious relationship with the other organizations within the sport. We are truly working together, and that must continue to filter to your local associations as well. There's no winner when we don't pull together. We must understand and then consider other points of view. ABC has done that and will continue to be a positive force within the sport.
Our entire crew out in the audience is ready to serve you. We're ready for duty.
I stand here thankful for the opportunity, joyful in the respect that many of you, and I think all of you, quite honestly, have shown to the institution and to the office. My days as president are almost complete. But the leadership in front of you is every bit committed to the future of our game.
We are the gatekeepers of our sport, and as such, we must always be vigilant of who we represent and for whom we volunteer our many, many hours. Our dedicated, unselfish efforts are not for our local associations, nor our states, not even the Congress. Our dedicated efforts are for the members of this great organization.
In 1939, I started setting pins in Indianapolis, Indiana, on the old spikes, and rolled my first game with a cork bowling ball. My father taught me the 5-step delivery, and been bowling ever since. Well, something where along the lines that I've helped the Professional Bowlers Association grow, watch the bowling industry grow, and make it for the younger, make it better for the younger players that are coming up. I was a pioneer for the Professional Bowlers Association in 1958. Now I'm a pioneer for the Senior Tour in 1989, more or less, and those things are gratifying to me.
Dad was the best. He's always been my idol since as long as I can remember. And, you know, when he wasn't there growing up with us, I knew what he was doing. And it was all right because I knew what he was doing and I knew it was for to make a living. And it's an honor to grow up with a father like that.
We have time now to go back out to 53rd Street with PBA Hall of Fame bowler Dick Weber. How you doing, Dick?
I'm doing fine, thanks.
You're doing very well so far. What do you have for us now, Dick?
Well, we've got some dishes down there, a little china.
We were going to give those to the audience, but I guess you decided to bust them. All right, Dick.
Okay.
Here we go.
Here we go.
All right. It's a beautiful ball. He throws a...
One of bowling's all-time stars is Dick Weber, a member of the famed Budweisers and one of the most consistent performers the game has ever seen. Weber is the only bowler to have won PBA tournaments in 5 different decades. His love of the game doesn't prevent him having fun with it, though. In 1964, Weber was airborne, rolling a game on a special lane set up in an airplane. And in the 90s, he helped promote the fun of bowling on late-night network television.
All right, let's go back out to 53rd Street, ladies and gentlemen, all night long. And Dick, are you ready?
Yes, sir.
What are you shooting at now, Dick?
I'm shooting at a television.
A television.
All right, here we go.
A television with a videotape of pins on it. Okay, here we go. Dick Weber shooting at a television set.
Well, bowling on 53rd Street in New York City was something else. The first time was 1993, November 17th, and I bowled against a cake and lighted candles and brandy glasses and eggs and things like that. But Dave Letterman's a great guy to be around, and of course the crowd outside on 53rd Street, they make it easier for you because they're always cheering you on.
Here we go.
Here we go. What are we shooting at now?
We're shooting a video camera.
Oh, it's
now.
a video camera. Oh, this will be very exciting. All right, let's take a look
it will
at
if I hit it.
Dick Weber on the lanes. Very, very difficult shot.
My first ABC league was back in 1942, and we didn't have junior leagues back then. We had pinboy leagues, which I belonged to, and then I graduated to an adult league with my father. And it was quite exciting. You know, that was big time, even though it was a handicap league. And then, of course, from then on, I went to classic handicap leagues, as we call them then, and then classic leagues, scratch leagues. And that was most exciting to me because that was team era then. We didn't have individual bowling then, so it was really exciting to me.
The greatest team night in bowling history came on March 12, 1958 in St. Louis when the famed Budweisers got hot. When the pin dust had settled, the final score was 38-58, the highest team series ever rolled by 5 men and a record that has stood for more than 31 years. The team rolled 138 strikes, 29 spares, and had only 4 open frames. And what a team! Don Carter, Ray Bluth, Pat Patterson, Tom Hennessy, and Dick Weber, all in their prime. It was obvious to all that this was an outstanding team, and the future proved it. All 5 were later elected to the ABC Hall of Fame, and Carter, Bluth, and Weber are also members of the PBA Hall of Fame.
Team bowling is the most exciting event in bowling, the sport of bowling I can think of. And bowling the Baker system just makes it that much more exciting. And with the horses that I had my spurs in the sides all through the qualifying and in the finals, too. Oh, I have so many fond memories. Being inducted in the 1970 ABC Hall of Fame, I had a speech about that long, and they presented my awards, and I was ready to make my speech, and my family was in the crowd, and that's when they marched you out between the lane 20 and 21 in those days, and they had a big spotlight on you, and everything else in the background was black. And when I looked up in that crowd, I started crying, and my speech contained a thank you, thank you, thank you, and that was my speech.
Hang on.
All right.
This is the tough spare, the 2, the 4, and the 5. A lot of ways to miss it, just a couple ways to make it.
How about that? A spare out there.
he has truly been bowling's ambassador of the century. Dick, we all appreciate it very much.
Thank you very much, Chuck.
With his focused leadership style, Steve James of Fox Point, Wisconsin, devoted his career to promoting and honoring those who participated in bowling. James joined the American Bowling Congress in 1970 as Bowling Magazine editor and moved through the ranks to eventually become ABC's public relations manager. James served with distinction as the ABC Hall of Fame executive director from 1977 through 2002, playing a key role in developing the non-professional and pioneer divisions to honor those who played historic roles within the ABC. James was also involved in the international arena, serving as Deputy Secretary General of the Fédération Internationale d'Équerre, bowling's world governing organization. For serving with passion and sheer joy from one side of the ABC Hall of Fame and now to the other, congratulations, Steve James, American Bowling Congress Hall of Famer in the Meritorious Service category. Bob Chamberlain of the Villages, Florida, found tremendous success on the lanes, from the ABC tournament to the professional ranks. One of Detroit's top players, Chamberlain was a member of the 1980 Stroh's beer team that won the ABC tournament team title in Louisville, Kentucky. The Stroh's team backed that up in 1981 with a third-place team finish in Memphis, Tennessee on the ABC tournament lanes. Chamberlain owns 5 other ABC tournament finishes in the top 20 and holds a .205 average in his 37 appearances. As a PBA Tour player, Chamberlain earned 2 titles, including the 1984 PBA National Championship. His success continued on the Senior Tour, where he won 4 titles. Chamberlain was the 2003 PBA Senior Player of the Year and has earned 3 Bowling Magazine Senior All-America Team honors. A top-notch team and individual bowler, congratulations, Bob Chamberlain, American Bowling Congress Hall of Famer in the Veterans category. Todd Savoy of Superior, Wisconsin, has earned recognition as one of bowling's most prolific team players. Savoy earned a pair of Eagles in 1984 as a member of the Minnesota Loons team. In Reno, Nevada, Savoy's Loons team took team and team all-events honors. Savoy, with the Minnesota Loons, successfully defended their ABC Tournament All-Events title in 1985 in Tulsa, Oklahoma. With a steady Savoy in the lineup, the Minnesota Loons reached the pinnacle again in 1988, winning a Team Eagle on the ABC tournament lanes in Jacksonville, Florida. He returned to the winner's circle in 2002, notching his 5th ABC Championships title, taking the Team All-Events crown as a member of the Linz Lakers. Over 22 ABC Championships tournaments, Savoy maintains a .214.2 average, second among active players. Savoy's prowess as a top-flight team player carried over to international competition. He won gold medals in the 5-player and trio events and a bronze in doubles, bowling in the 1985 Fédération Internationale d'Équerre American Zone Championships in Bogota, Colombia. A 5-time ABC national champion and an international medalist. Congratulations, Todd Savoy, American Bowling Congress Hall of Famer in the non-professional category. Walter Ray Williams Jr. of Ocala, Florida, is a name that often enters conversations when talking about the greatest bowlers of all time. Williams won the 54th ABC Masters at the National Bowling Stadium in Reno, Nevada, after finishing second the previous year. With 20 Masters events under his belt, Williams holds a 210.8 average, ranking him 6th on ABC's lifetime average list.
The first time ever in his great career, the legend has done it again.
Williams is a 40-time titleist on the Professional Bowlers Association Tour and ranks second only to Earl Anthony, who won 41 titles plus a pair of ABC Masters championships. Williams has earned a record 8 Bowling Writers Association of America Bowler of the Year honors and shares the record of 6 PBA Player of the Year crowns with Anthony. Elected to the PBA Hall of Fame in 1995, Williams also won PBA's Harry Smith Point Leader Award 6 times and the George Young High Average Award 5 times. A world-class competitor and one of bowling's all-time greats. Congratulations, Walter Ray Williams Jr., American Bowling Congress Hall of Famer in the Performance category.